now we are getting somewhere. So in our previous videos, we've discussed types like string, numbers, booleans, and that's great. We even learned how to add, subtract, multiply. That's awesome. Increment. We've learned decrement. We've learned even special things like modulo, or what they call remainder. So that's all great stuff. Now what we're going to go over today is called equality and relational operators. Okay, so what does that mean? What are we going to be looking at? So we're going to be looking at things like greater than, less than, less, and so on. I'm not going to get into them all right now. All right, so let's go back to my integer of num1. We're going to set that to 10, and then we're going to go integer num2, and we're going to set that to, let's say, 20. Okay, so if we wanted to, and let's set a variable, a string variable of fun. I'm gonna call it fun because programming in Dart is fun. And we call it I am having a great time. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a statement to evaluate a certain condition, and if that condition is true, then we will do what we want to do. So I'm going to use an if statement, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say if num2 is greater than num1, right? I'm going to draw my curly braces in here, then print fun. Okay, so let's go over that real quick. So I have my conditional right here. It says if so now I have this in here. This is the statement that I'm evaluating, right? So basically, if this is greater than this, then that means this is true, and so I have to operate what's in here. So I'm going to run it, and because num2 is greater than num1, it will print I am having a great time. And we are having a great time. So that's greater than. The same thing applies if we do less than. So if we do num2 is less than num1, we're going to ask it to print something else. Print something else. And of course, because num1 is not less than or num2 is not less than num1, nothing will show up here. But if I switch this around and I do it like this, I'll run it, and now it should print something else. Okay, so, and the same can be done with less than. So let's do num1, which we wouldn't check for less than, or greater than, I should say, greater than or equal to. It's a little late out here. I'm getting a little tired now. Num2, print more fun stuff to do. Here we go. And we'll run that to see if it's true or false. And because num1 is not greater, it did not return that. So we could do also the same thing for less than or equal to, and then we'll have that num2 will come this way, and if this is true, then we'll print I am running out of things to type. Apparently I'm also forgetting how to type, and we'll run that. All right. So that statement is true. Okay. So I'm going to come back up here because the next two are really important. The greater than or equal to and lesser than or equal to you'll use, but not so much. But this next one you'll use often, or at least I find myself using it often, and it's the equality operator. It's this right here. This is the equality operator. Okay, and so if we're going to evaluate it, we want to see if num1 is equal to num2, then we'll do something. Then we'll print fun, right? But because it's not equal to, they're not equal to each other, it won't run. Now, one of the biggest mistakes novice coders make is confusing this with a simple equal sign. If you do this, what you are saying is you're not trying to evaluate anything. You're trying to say that you want to set num1 to the value of num2. So that is something to keep your eye on when doing this. So in this statement, we were saying, is num1 equal to the value of num2? And it is not, so we won't do that. The next important operator is the not equal to. So num1 not equal to num2, then we're going to print num1 is not equal to num2. Okay? And so if I do that and I hit run, I should get that statement right there is not equal to. So this is the not equal to operator. All right, so we went through a lot in this lesson. We went through the equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. And there's a lot of powerful stuff that can be done with these functions, these operators, okay? I hope you enjoyed the video and come back for more.